It's 5 p.m.
All right, quiet on the set.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's start the party.
Broadcasting around the world.
OurBroadcastLink.com.
This is your number one internet station. The music you love right here, right now. Polkas After Dark, live. It's another live broadcast, special edition. Now your hosts, Rob and Jerry.
Hey, well, good evening, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is, it's all good because you guys are here with us and we're here with you on Polkas After Dark.
On our broadcast link.
With a C.com. Hey, and also welcome to all the folks here in our chat rooms over on Facebook and YouTube. So we do thank you guys very, very much for tuning us in this afternoon. Hey, we got a great program in store for you, and we're going to start some things out a little bit with a guy that we're going to be talking to very shortly. His name is Frank Liszka from TBC, and here is one called Good Friends Polka.
Zwoła, do wina, do piwa, siadajmy wraz. Niech muzyka nam gra, niech każdy zaśpiewa, niech radość nam głosi każdemu z nas. Przy szklance i przy pogadance znajdzie wesołości, śpi polski śpiew. Piosenka wesoła, każdego z nas woła, bo przy tej radości to winni gniew. Tam zgoda, to z nami niech pije i poda dłoń. I język poczysty, a śpiew nasz ognisty, po polsku niech żyje, tu na to dłoń.
Oh yeah, getting things off and running here on a Sunday afternoon, Polkas After Dark with your friends Robin Pegg.
And Jerry Chadwick.
And your microphone is not...
It's acting up since yesterday.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with you. Try that again.
Try that again? How's that?
Oh.
That's still not. There we go.
Oh, okay,
now
there
I
you
can
go.
hear it.
I don't know what that is. We always have problems with yours. Very rarely do we have issues with mine.
We just wait till I switch our mics around.
But no, we don't switch these at all. Hey, here we go. If you're just joining us, well, we're excited because in less than a half an hour, about 25 minutes from now, we're going to be speaking live with Frank Liszka from TBC, also the boys, and we are so excited to do that. Hey, we've got another TBC song coming up here for you before we switch it over and get a boys song. Here's one, a nice little medley.
Dzisiaj tak mnie gniewa ta przejucha Kaśka. Rasie spojrzy na mnie 3 razy na Jasia. Rasie spojrzy na mnie 3 razy na Jasia. Dzisiaj tak mnie gniewa ta przejucha Kaśka. Rasie spojrzy na mnie 3 razy na Jasia. Rasie spojrzy na mnie 3 razy na Jasia. A ja też jej zrobię taką niespodziankę. Rasie spojrzy na nią 3 razy na Basię. Rasie spojrzy na nią 3 razy na Basię. Stars above, I wanna hold you close to my heart. You gave me life anew when I was sad and blue, and nothing's gonna keep us apart. I used to sing a song until you came along. I'm headed for the bright sunny day, and I'm telling you just what this love can do. I'm gonna live and love. Moja żona, pierścionek ci złoty dam. Tyś dla mnie wybrana będziesz moja żona, ja ciebie bardzo kocham.
Hey, as we're entertaining you this afternoon, well, as we always do on a Sunday afternoon, but today it's going to be a lot of TBC, a lot of boys, and of course we're going to get some Eddie Blazonczyk's Versatones in, especially for Tommy Hoke. Hey, why don't we go, and Sam, why don't we go ahead, Jerry, and let folks know who some of our friends are in the chat room.
You must be really upset playing all this TBC since it's your favorite.
Yeah,
I know.
I'm really upset. I hate doing it. I really hate doing
it. We have Alice Fischler, Dave Lisowski, Donna Zielinski with Teresa and Sarah. Jerry Romanowski's back with us today.
Hey, Jerry's a glutton for punishment. Well, he's in here a lot.
Yeah, he's been here.
We thank you, Jerry.
Kathy Graves is with us again. Marcia Moscato and Polka Bevan Mom came back. We also have Ivan Mayers and Ricky Crew, April Lynn and Tommy Hoke with Miss Sam. We have Jan Dressler, Liz Juba,
Liz Juba. Good. She is here. Hello, Liz.
Dan the Man, Linda P. And that kind of sums it up for right now on who I can see.
And you mentioned Ricky Crew, right?
I did.
Yeah, good. Well, we had him on last week. Had a great time talking with him. And we're going to have a lot of fun today here on Polkas After Dark. Hey, here's a tune by the Boys. Same vocalist with a little bit of a female voice added. Here's Stacey Morris. We're going to also say hello to the Chip Chack Merwins. They're here today. And look who popped in. It's Rosanna Kutas. Hello to you and Edu.
So long we've been married, last burden we've carried, though fate kept us humble and made our love true.
The plans that we make up, someone seems to break up, but darling, what else can we do? We may have to leave here to find peace of mind, dear, some place where we can live a life of our own. For I know you love me and happy we could be, and some folks will leave us alone. Of loose talking, they say we're unhappy and we'll break apart.
But darling, it's not true, because I still love you, and I do with all of my heart.
We may have to leave here to find peace of mind, dear, some place where we can live a life of our own. For I know you love me and happy we could be, and some folks would leave us alone.
They say you are leaving, but you are deceiving, but you tell me they say the same about me.
But we'll show them they're wrong, that loose talk will do harm, and hope that the truth they will see. We may have to leave here to find peace of mind, dear, some place where we can live a life of our own. For I know you love me and happy we could be, and some folks will leave us alone.
A little bit of sound of the Boys entertaining you here this afternoon. Hey, once again, we've got a little bit of rain coming through here in the Buffalo, New York area. It's been rainy all day. They're anticipating that it's going to be raining all evening, too. We're really excited about that. Well, Jerry has to drive in it tomorrow, and it's supposed to rain tomorrow, too. She has to drive in it tomorrow. I'm fortunate because I get the chance to work from home still. Yeah. Hey, for Tommy Hoke and also for Sam in Uniontown, Pennsylvania, we're going to send this one out to you guys. We know this is one of Tommy's favorites. Here's Eddie Blazonczyk, the late Eddie Blazonczyk Sr.
When I was just a little boy, my father said to me, "Come sit beside me, son, and tell me what you'd like to be." I thought a while and then I knew just what I'd really like to do. I smiled at Dad and this is what I said. I wanna be a polka hero. I wanna be a polka star. Chciałbym ja grać polską muzykę in the ballrooms and the clubs of cities near and far. Sometime later on I joined the little polka band. Concertina, trumpet, drums and just one music stand. People came from miles around to listen to our happy sound. When they'd ask, I tell them of my plans. I wanna be a polka hero. I wanna be a polka star. Chciałbym ja grać polską muzykę in the ballrooms and the clubs of cities near and far. As the years went by, our band became one of the best. We played Detroit, Buffalo, Chicago, and the West. Bands would come to hear us play that Chicago Podnogi way. When they'd ask, I'd tell them once again.
Hey, hello to Mike and Jeannie Subcheck.
A polka hero.
And good afternoon, Pat Mazer.
A polka star. Chciałbym ja grać polską muzykę in the ballrooms and the clubs of cities near and far. Now I am a polka star, the leader of a band. Radio and TV shows, fan clubs throughout the land. This music has been good to me, it's what I love to do, you see. Let me tell you once more if I can. It's great to be a polka hero. It's great to be a polka star. Będę wam grał polską muzykę in the ballrooms and the clubs of cities near and far.
For the Live and Kickin' CD, that's Eddie Blazonczyk, the late Eddie Blazonczyk Sr., and all of the versatile versatones recorded back in the early 2000s. That one for you guys right there. And Jerry was questioning a couple of things, and I do believe, well, we're going to find out from Frank when we get a chance to interview him real shortly, about all of the different awards that not only Frank has gotten, received, but also with the band, the TBC, and also the boys. You know, he's fortunate to have had an excellent music career. I think he started out with a band called the Harmony Sharps, if I'm not mistaken, and then moved over with the Harmony, Bruno Mikos and the Harmony Stars. And, again, we'll get a chance to chat with him. Hey, folks, you are tuned to Polkas After Dark right here on our broadcast link
with AC.com.
Here's a tune by Lenny Gomulka, Chicago Push, recorded live as well in Michigan. Here's one called The White Table Polka.
Everybody out there dancing, Podnogi!
Featuring Lenny's brother Richie. Gomulka on the vocal. Here's one called White Table.
Sypiałem stolni
Richie Gamoka. That was recorded live at Summerfest in Michigan. And we are going to be mentioning a whole bunch of things later on, including that big USPA Mini Fest, which is going to be coming up real soon, in less than a month, a little more than a month, on November the 5th and 6th. Jerry, since I mentioned that, why don't you grab your piece of paper there?
A little
And you can
trusty
let
piece of paper.
and you can let the kind folks know.
All right, USPA 2021 Mini Polka Fest, November 5th and 6th, 2021. It will be at the Holiday Inn, Independence, Ohio on Friday, November 5th, 2021. Doors are going to open up at 6, music from 7 to 1 a.m., music by Energy, and Dinah versus Sticktonaires.
Dinah versus Sticktonaires, 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 Dinah versus Sticktonaires. That is the name of the band. Okay, go ahead.
Okay,
sorry.
so then on Saturday, thank you very much for your musical talent
Yeah,
today.
that's about all I can contribute these days.
On Saturday, November 6, 2020, doors open at 3 p.m., music from 4 to 1 a.m. We will be listening to Lenny Gamoka and Chicago Push, Polka Family Band, and Polka Country musicians. Children 17 and under are admitted free when accompanied by a parent or guardian. Band lineup is subject to change. I should probably do a search on this and see if anything has changed for this festival, because I am going by the flyer that we have had for a while. There will also be on Saturday, November 6th from 1 to 2 p.m. a little award ceremony in the ballroom with a cash bar. Hotel reservations can be made by calling Holiday Inn Independence at 216-524-8050. Again, that number is 216-524-8050. And if you need more information, please give Barb Haslow a call at 440-886-6157. You know, we're going to come home from this and then we're going to see Lenny.
Yes.
We're going to see Lenny over at Potts on
there,
that Sunday.
He'll be there on Sunday afternoon. We will definitely get the chance to jump over there and see him as well.
And we don't have to work Monday.
Oh, that's right. It's a holiday.
Weekend.
See, that's...
Is it? No, wait. Is November a holiday weekend?
No. You're thinking of...
I think it might be Veterans Day
Memorial
or something.
Day.
No, I was thinking of something else, but let me
No, I think that's on the 11th or 12th. Hey, but that's cool anyhow. While you're confusing the issue, let's bring up a song by Mr. Little Wally, Małego Władzu. A little bit of a waltz here for you guys. This is a great backup band. This just happens to be the Honky Hoppers that recorded with Wally when he was in Buffalo.
Over 3 hills, I soon will go to that dear one whom I love so. It won't be long till I am there. Then with her my life I will share. If she'll say yes, we'll never part. I'll make her mine, my own sweetheart. And when we're wed, then I can say no more over 3 hills I'll stray. Tam idę, na mnie czeka kochanie me. Jak najprędzej pospieszę się kochana czeka dla mnie. Dam obroczkę zaręczenia, żebyś była moja żona. Co w sercu mam, to jest twoje, na wieki oboje.
That's the late and great Little Wally Małego Vlaju with a little bit of a waltz. And that was recorded here in Buffalo, New York, believe it or not. And we've got a song that everybody loves. A lot of people request this. Here's one called Blue Magic, Frank Liszka from TBC back in those days. What a great band. Hey, we've got Frankie on the horn right now, but we're going to be talking to him right after this song. So don't you dare go away. You're tuned to Polkas After Dark on our broadcast link
with a
C.com.
I hear your favorite music on the jukebox, and right away I know that you are here. You always pick a time just when I think my mind is clear. You reappear and once again you got me in your power. This time I hope it's not a brief romance, 'cause it's too late to run. You got me thinking one slow dance, it's worth a chance. And that old blue magic still works like a charm, as if you never even left these aching arms. You put a spell on me, I guess I'll always be hypnotized by that blue magic in your eyes. Should run and hide from this illusion. Your smile is so much quicker than my pride. There's something up your sleeve that makes my heart believe inside. This carpet ride might lift us up and fly us to forever, but up till now it's all been sleight of hand. I've got the face to back, one look and I'm right back again at your command. And that old blue magic still works like a charm, as if you never even
One of the most requested songs, not only on our broadcast, but also on just about every radio program that you tune into this side of the Mississippi. That's Frankie Liszka, TBC, with Blue Magic, and we, oddly enough, have Mr. Frank Liszka on the telephone with us right now. Frank, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Hey, beautiful. Okay, well, thanks so much for joining us, first of all. I know that you are not at home, you're out and about, and that's nice too. You did mention that you had maybe just a little bit of sprinkles down where you're at. Hey, but Frank, let me start out by asking a couple of the basic questions that we usually ask. Tell us a little bit about how your career first started. What age were you when you heard your first polka?
Oh, I was probably, I don't know. It was before I was 10 anyway. Okay. And a little later on, my folks would take us to Idora Park.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
We would hear all the great ones, Marion Lush, Little Wally, and later on, Eddie Blazonczyk down the road. But this was in 1969. Well, you know what? I could have played with the Spectacular Polka Airs probably when I was 14.
Oh, geez.
In 1967, but my dad, he says, well, I'm not going to drive you all over the place, because Ambridge, Pennsylvania was like 2 hours from where we live.
Oh, geez.
I lived up in northern western Pennsylvania, up around Pymatuning.
Oh, okay, I know where that's at.
Yeah, we had a farm, and that's what we did. But anyway, he said, you got to wait until you get your driver's license, then you go do what you want. So I had to wait till I was 16. So I did meet some fellas at Idora Park, and started to play, went down and jammed with them, and we decided, yeah, let's see what we can do. And played my first job in 1969 at this place called the Spunia Club in Newcastle, Pennsylvania.
Okay, not too familiar with that.
Yeah, well, I played a lot of jobs in Newcastle, which was the home of the band per se.
All right. So who was the first band that you played with live on stage?
It was the Harmony Sharps.
Harmony Sharps. Now, were you on the Green album, the On Target, with the Harmony Sharps? Okay.
Yeah, I was on both of them.
Well,
we did 2 albums.
Well, I'm going to ask you to put your thinking cap on, and I'm going to drain your memory back from 1975. I don't know if you're going to remember this or not. You and I met, a little strange meeting, but I was playing with the Uniontown Cavaliers. Do you know where I'm going with this?
Yeah, was it at the White Elephant in McKeesport?
It was, yes. And you came up to us afterwards. We played a song called Rainbow A Go-Go, and you came up to us and said, hey, I wrote that, but I call it something else, and I think it was Don't Do It.
It might have been.
Yeah.
Yeah, Don't Do It.
I do remember that, and that was funny. Oh, I still have a lot of fun mentioning that to people along the way. Hey, do you have some favorite places that you have played? You've performed with some great bands along the way. You started out with the Harmony Sharps, then you went over. Was it after that you went over to Bruno Mikos?
No, I started to play with Little Wally.
Oh, tell us about that.
Well, Little Wally's band performed at Idora Park along with the Harmony Sharps. And anyway, after the job, I got to talking with Bruno Mikos, and he says, hey, I like the way you play horn. Would you be interested in doing some work with Little Wally? And I says, well, heck yeah.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, that was like my first experience on the road. And anytime you go on the road with Little Wally, it was an experience, let me tell you. But anyway.
Been there, done that.
Yeah, for a snot-nosed kid like I was back then, just kind of off the farm, I guess. But,
wow.
But anyway, in the meantime, we would talk. Bruno and I, we bunked together, basically. And then he would always say, boy, I'd really like to put together my own band. And I said, well, I got a cousin that lives in Youngstown, Bill Siegel. You know, he's a really good drummer. And, well, what are we going to do for a box player? I says, well, I don't know. I says, let me talk to my friend Richie Benkowski, see if he might be interested. Because Bruno says I could get us work every Wednesday night at this place called Nicky's Desert Inn, some nightclub in Youngstown. All right, so that's what we're going to do. So I called Rich, and he said, heck yeah, I could pick up a few extra bucks, you know.
Beautiful.
But when we got together in practice, we just kind of looked at each other and went, this is more than just a part-time gig here. We got something going on here, and so we proceeded both to leave whatever band we might have been in at the time, and that's how Bruno Miklos and the Harmony Stars came to be.
Okay. Now, how long were you with the Harmony Stars before you guys departed? And a lot of you in the band ended up forming TBC, the original version of the band.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, the only one that didn't go on to the Brass Connection was Bruno.
Okay.
So it was the entire band. Well, we just decided we wanted to do our own thing with our own sound, and it was nothing personal or anything. We just decided it was time for us to part and do our own thing. So that's what we did.
Now, roughly what year did TBC originate when you broke off?
Well, 1980.
1980, okay.
Yeah, 1980. Mm-hmm.
And then, go ahead.
And then we got a horn player for a little while. He didn't work out too good, but a little while later, George Fusik joined the band from Cleveland. George Fusik.
Yeah.
And he was a very talented musician, good horn player, good clarinet player. And that's how we got things off the ground. At that time, 1982, I believe we came out with our second album. So, you know,
now,
it was always a progression.
How many recordings did you do with TBC from that inception from the 80s all the way up to the 90s, the late 90s?
I think we did, with the original TBC, I think we did 6 recordings, 6 albums.
Wow.
Yeah, and then after that, in 1987, I left and I moved to Baltimore. And I joined, a little later on, I joined the Boys. That wasn't my intention at the beginning.
Okay.
But I lived with Mike Matusik, and he would badger me every day. Frank, you got to play with the Boys. You got to play with the Boys. And he'd badger me day and night. You know, finally I just, okay, well, I'm not doing anything better. So I wanted to take a break, you know, from playing and just doing something that normal people do, you know, I guess.
Sure. Now, do you have a regular job? Did you have a regular job at that point? And also, do you have a regular job now that you go to, like a Monday through Friday gig?
Well, no, I'm semi-retired now.
Oh, good for you.
I work 2 or 3 days a week. I'm in heating and air conditioning.
Oh, okay.
I'm a subcontractor. I get most of my work from other heating contractors.
Okay.
You know, that can't handle the load, and some companies they hate doing sheet metal work, so they call me.
Gotcha.
That's my gig, sheet metal work, you know.
So then that is more commercial than residential, am I correct?
No, it's I do all residential.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, commercial's just too much climbing and ladders and, you know, scaffolds. I'm just too old for that.
So what you're saying, Frank, is when our furnace goes bye-bye, if it's this winter or next winter, all we have to do is call you and put you in a vehicle and pay for your time, and you'll be able to get us up and running. Is that what you're trying to say?
That's right. I'll slam you in a brand new one.
That's beautiful. Hey, are there some favorite places that you've visited throughout the United States and Canada?
Oh, sure. I mean, in the early days of TBC, with the original TBC, and Bruno, as a matter of fact, we would play the Brook State Inn right there in Cleveland.
Oh, yeah. Nice time.
And boy, that place there was always packed, and it was a ball to play there. And Cleveland people, they're they're true diehard polka fans
Amen
in that
to that.
town. I mean, I love the Cleveland people. They've been very good to me. That I can tell you.
Yeah.
You know, the Cleveland Polka Association, the USPA, and they're just good people. But now I've relocated. Now I live in Washington, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
I live down here with my fiance, and hope to get married sometime, maybe next year.
Oh, good for you guys.
So
Congratulations.
I'm kind of hanging. Thank you. I'm kind of hanging my shingle out down here among the local bands, saying, "Hey, I kind of live down here now." So every once in a while, I'll fill in with Ray J or whoever.
Or
calls me down.
Trelltones or whoever gives you a holler.
Well, I believe it or not, I've never played with the Trelltones.
Well, you know what? I have one question here that goes later on down here, but since you brought it up, let me go ahead and ask you. Are there any bands that you have not performed with to date that you would have liked to have or still would like to?
Well, I never got to fill in with Stash Galanka.
Okay.
Yeah, it was always at the top of my list to fill in with, but it's just the timing of things sometimes, and he's got a steady list of guys that he goes to that, you always go to the top of the list and check down. So
yeah,
since I had never played with him, he probably thought, well, maybe he just doesn't know my stuff, but I would have liked to have filled in with Stash Galanka, but to be honest with you, I think I filled in with about everybody else.
Well,
the Trelltones too, I haven't filled in with. But now I'm just like a steady member with the New Tones.
Oh, nice. Oh, I
didn't
know that either.
Yeah, they're a great bunch of people and very talented. And just to listen to the girls sing,
yes,
I'm telling you, they got a unique act. And I just feel I feel privileged. I play bass with them, so I don't really have to do anything except concentrate on what I'm doing.
Sure. Sure. And it's kind of funny because you mentioned that, and Stacey Morris is going to be with us on December the 19th for an interview. She has graciously consented to that. And, it's got to be nice because when you guys get up there with the boys and entertain, because she's usually there with her husband, Dave Morris, concertina player extraordinaire, who I had the extreme pleasure of working with the Sounds and some other bands previous to that. But it's got to be nice for you to get up there and sing and have an excellent female vocalist accompanying you.
Yes, it is.
Now, when did you said that you went with the boys when you moved to Maryland, and then you're still with them now. So did you depart for a little bit and then come back? Yeah. Or how was it?
Well, I lived in Baltimore 3 years, and the boys recorded 2 albums, Boys Night Out and Boys Will Be Boys, and then we disbanded in 1990. At that time, I moved to Cleveland, and I married Denise.
Okay.
My ex-wife at this time, but
sure.
But anyway, I lived there for 30-some years. And in 1991, I started putting together TVC. Yeah. But I talked to all the original guys, and nobody was interested in playing,
all right,
with the exception of Brian Drizga. And so that's how we got that off the ground there. Most of the guys used to play with This and That.
Okay.
Chris Yanetsky, Steve Zelenik, Dave Walter. Very good musicians. I mean, top-notch musicians. And still are today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now who is with the boys? Who stands on the stage with you right now with the boys?
Well, we have, of course, Dave Morris and Nikki D. Sebastiano, Jeff Yash, and, of course, the inimitable Mike Matusek.
Yes.
Of course. And Mike Yvonne on the other horn.
Great. Well, we're going to be talking with Mr. Matusek, the deep voice guy. We're going to be talking with him next weekend. He has jumped on board with us, so he'll be visiting with us next Sunday for an interview. Hey, Frank,
I'll be listening.
I don't want to get too far off, but also, What is the genre of music that Frank Liszka listens to when he's not listening to polka music? What other genres do you?
Oh, I love bluegrass.
Oh,
I'm a grasser in every way, really. I mean, I like bluegrass, and not only that, but I get a lot of material there, so I'm constantly listening, and I get all kinds of ideas. Just listening to it, and a lot of stuff just crosses right over.
yeah, nice, very nice.
So that's what I like. I dig it.
Hey,
I really dig bluegrass.
You've recorded with a lot of great guys. Tell us some of the places that you've parked your shoes for a little bit to record. I know one of them is definitely over there at Youngstown at Peppermint Studios.
Yeah.
Where else have you recorded?
Well, we did with the original TBC. We did a series of albums with Le Mans.
All right.
Bernie Goyda shot in New Jersey.
Okay.
And let's see, with the boys, we did it at Peppermint. And then when I put my band together, Frankie Liszka and TBC, we recorded our first, 4 or 5 at Peppermint.
Okay.
And then we went to Ethnic World, and that was Mark Chepach up there in Buffalo.
Yeah.
We recorded at his studio, which used to be right above Squire's studio on, I think, Broadway. Is it on
no,
Broadway?
it was actually on Clinton Street. Clinton and Weimer back in those days.
Yeah. So we did a couple there. We did let's see, Our Polka Hero. I think we did This Time, and there was one more. I can't remember. But anyway, after that, then I guess the owner of that building decided he was going to sell it, so Mark had to move his studio.
Yeah.
And at the time, we wanted to record another album, and we recorded at another studio in Clarence, New York, at this place called Mark Studio.
I remember that very well, because that's where the Dynatones recorded their last CD, Till the End of the World Rolls Round.
Yeah, didn't that remind you of Peppermint in a way?
It sure did. Yeah, the layout and everything. But I got to say this, there is no studio around, and I hope I don't offend anybody out there, but there's no studio around that can top the quality of Peppermint. And I'm not just saying that because I've done a lot of recordings with Peppermint along the way.
Right. And lately we've done a couple with Matt Lewandowski at Max Studios.
Yes.
And we've been very happy with that. Matter of fact, that's the last studio I'm going to record at right there. I ain't going anywhere else. And then after that, he gets all our tracks done and gets our tracks to perfection. And he really pulls a lot out of you, I'm telling you. But
he makes it work.
And then we go to Peppermint, and Gary mixes it and that sort of thing. So
gotcha.
I think that combination of Lewandowski and Ramey, boy, that's, in my book, that's the top notch.
The cat's meow.
That sure is. It don't get no better than that.
Yeah.
I mean, people might argue with me on that, but I've been around an awful long time.
Yeah. Hey, Frank, also, a guy that tunes us in all the time, who's always in our chat room, you probably know him. He's from Canada, Mr. Les Kapuscinski. You happen to know him, right?
Yeah, I know.
Everybody does. And Les has been so gracious to donate a lot of his photography, a lot of his photographs for the interviews that we put up. And that's what folks are seeing right now of you, is all of his great work. And we always say that Les doesn't take pictures. He takes memories.
Yeah, and it goes beyond that. It's art. And he's an artist.
Yes, he is. But he had a question. He wanted to know about some of the great songs that you have written. What have been your inspirations for those?
Well, geez, I don't know what might inspire him. Every once in a while I get inspired by something. Like on our last album, we did Polka Lovin' Man, but, it inspired me. I was just sitting downstairs listening to some bluegrass, and all of a sudden, that wild Cajun guy from Louisiana, what's his name? I can't remember. Plays the fiddle. He came on with Alligator Man, and it's like, oh, there's a tune right there. Not only that, I think Eddie Blazonczyk recorded Pretty Mary Ann, but we used a lot of that. But at the very end, I changed it.
Yeah.
So it is a different song with different lyrics, and
sure.
But a lot of times, I'll just be driving down the road and something will come, and if I got something handy to record it with, I mean, I've forgotten more hit songs than I've ever written. But you can get inspired by anything. Sometimes just a phrase. You can build a song on a phrase.
Yeah.
But what's important to me is the way the chords flow. To me, a chord structure will dictate a whole lot. When I build a song, if it has an interesting chord structure and works with polkas, something, that you can say of substance.
Yeah.
I mean, I like to write those kind, but sometimes they just don't sell.
Well,
but then again, you write something like Mary Jane, which
went through the rough.
Yeah, and it's a big smash,
Yeah. And it's kind of funny because Blazonczyk said it best. Senior said it best one time when I was talking to him at Seven Springs. He said, "You know what? You can write any kind of song that you want, but when the people are leaving the dance hall and they are singing your song, that's when it's the most meaningful." And that definitely has to be something with Mary Jane for you. I mean, holy smokes, everybody sings it.
Yeah, that's like our biggest song to date.
Yeah,
Mary Jane. Matter of fact, that's the biggest song that I've ever written is Mary Jane. I've been very fortunate, really.
Hey, Frank, who did you idolize as you were growing up?
Well, early on, of course, my dad, he loved Little Wally. It was Little Wally 24/7, 365, Little Wally. And, I liked Little Wally. Of course I did. And, but the one that really caught my attention was Marion Lush. Marion Lush, those guys, when first couple times I saw them at Idora Park, they came in, they're decked out in these blue sequin jackets, and their hair was slicked back, and I probably seen them in 67 and 68. Then they came out with the Mickey Mouse band, Pete Quick and those guys. And but boy, Marion Lush, he was my man.
Yeah.
No kidding. It was his style, the style that he had. I mean, it was always cool and dyno until the very end, those last 8 bars. And then, wow, what's that accordion player doing? Oh, my God.
Yes.
That caught my attention when I was a kid. Really did. It was build and release.
Yes.
And wow.
Very dynamic. The dynamics of the band was like phenomenal. And I remember,
it was all about dynamics.
I remember seeing Lush with, with Foo playing accordion, Teddy on drums, of course, Stupinski and Whitey on horns with Lush. And I think it was, I don't want to say Gino, I think it was Vinny Horoshek on bass. And
he was with him a while,
And during that era was fantastic too, because we, meaning the bands that I had performed with, played at Idora Park a lot as I was growing up. And, that was another place that was just, you latched onto it, and it was a place that you loved. There was no hate relationship with Idora Park. Everybody loved to go out there.
Right.
Hey, do you have a particular gig that stands out in your mind that you've played?
Well, of course, I like all the festivals. Polka Motion, Seven Springs, and I wish there was Wildwood again.
Yeah,
that was always a good
those
one.
were good days.
Yeah, but nowadays, I really enjoy playing Ludlow. the Ludlow Police Club there in Ludlow, Massachusetts.
Yes.
But we haven't been there because of this COVID.
Yeah.
And but I think it should fire back up here one of these days.
And I'm sure it will. I'm definitely sure it will.
But I definitely like to play Ludlow, and I like to go to Chicago, and but anywhere really, But I really like the festivals a lot. USPA, IPA. That's kind of where it's at nowadays,
Now, what's in the future for Mr. Frankie Liszka?
Well, I'm just going to keep playing till I can't play anymore. That's about it.
Here.
Just keep on recording and keep on writing songs, and hopefully someday some Nashville group will pick up one of my tunes and I can retire like a normal person.
That's nice. That's a great idea. Nobody's ever said that. That's beautiful.
No, but I'll tell you, Matt Lewandowski, he came out with a country album. I mean, super. And he recorded, he did a bluegrass album, then he did a contemporary country style. And on both of them recorded one of my tunes on there, my originals.
Oh.
And I'm hoping somebody picks one up someday.
Excellent.
And, so I always have high hopes for something like that.
Hey, Frank, we're coming close to the 6 o'clock hour. Once again, we thank you so much for joining us. But I have two more big questions that I like to ask folks. First of all, how about your favorite breakdown story? And I'm sure you have at least one that you can share with us because you've been traveling all over the world for so many years. Where does it lie with your favorite breakdown story? And maybe you have more than one.
Yeah, I do have more than one, but I'll tell you what, I got to say, the Lord has always been with me in all these things, because one time we had our trailer tire went out, and when they just don't go flat, they disintegrate into a million pieces.
Yeah.
So anyway, we had to get another tire because Chris Yanitsky said, "Oh, don't worry about it. I got a spare. I just bought another rim." Well, it turns out that the rim didn't fit.
Oh.
So we were like screwed. Oh no.
Oh.
So we had to. I said, "Well, we got to disconnect the trailer, and but we got to put it up on something." And Dave Walter just happened to have a cooler.
Oh wow.
And yeah, he set the trailer on top of the cooler. And so from then on, I never said no coolers in the van,
Wow. Now that's
but
funny,
anyway,
because you guys had to probably take all the stuff out.
Oh,
in order to...
we left everything right there.
Really?
We just unhooked the trailer. We drove down to the next exit, pulled into this gas station. It was right there. And I'm asking this guy, "Hey, where can we buy a tire real quick?" And he said, "From this guy right here." This guy just happened to be there.
Oh.
And he was a mile down the road, and we were only delayed maybe an hour and a half. Went down there, he put a tire on the rim that fits.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah, so we got back and put the tire on, we were on our way.
Yeah.
And another time, my transmission went out.
Oh,
and I pulled off the road, limped off the road, pulled into a gas station and said, "Well, there's a Dodge dealership a half a mile down the road." I pulled right into this Dodge dealership. "Oh, yeah, your transmission's gone."
Oh.
Yeah, we can get you another one here, but we have to order it. So, But anyway, a friend of ours helped us out that weekend. But I've always been very fortunate. We never really had any bad incidents where, we didn't make it home for, 2 weeks or something.
Gotcha.
Or a bad accident. We've always been
good.
very fortunate. Yeah.
That's good. And thank God for that. Thank the Lord for that.
Yeah.
Hey, in closing, Frank, and I love asking this of everybody, and everybody puts their spin to it and their flavor to it, but what would Frank Liszka say to someone just getting in to the music field? And it can be any genre whatsoever, polkas, bluegrass, blues, rock, whatever. What would Frank give as advice to somebody?
Well, if he were a young musician and wanting to get into polka music, I would advise him get all the old albums you can get and study them and learn where it all came from. Learn the roots. And not only that, all that material that has been done. And because it's been an evolution, the polka music has evolved from the days of Marion Lush and early Marion Lush up until now. I mean, it keeps on evolving, but I think sometimes they lack background, and they need to study the past and keep renewing it in your material again, so that it doesn't die.
Yeah.
It's got a rich history there. You got to tap into it. That would be my advice.
And that's great advice. You're the first person that's ever really come up with that design. So thank you so much for doing that. Hey, Frank, once again, we thank you from the bottom of our hearts, Jerry and I, for allowing us to take up a half an hour of your time on a Sunday afternoon. Please thank your fiance as well, because I'm sure she's like tugging at your shirt. Hey, are they going to be done yet? But listen, thank her as well, and hopefully our paths will cross again soon. Are you going to be heading out to the USPA Mini Fest at all coming up November 5th and 6th?
I don't know if I'm making it. I believe that the Newtones are playing a children's benefit down here in
great.
In the Pennsylvania area, but I won't be making that one. But I'd like to thank you and Jerry for having me on. It was a privilege, and I hope I didn't say anything too stupid. And
absolutely not. As a matter of fact,
have you listened to the show?
Yeah, you don't have to worry about saying anything stupid at all. Trust us. But no, Frank, thanks so much. We love you. God bless you. And until we see each other again, we'll be on the floor looking up at the stage the next time we see you, I'm sure.
Okay. Thanks again.
Hey, thank you. God bless. Good night. Hey, we got another tune coming up here. Yep, it's the Mary Jane Polka. One of the greatest successful songs that Frankie wrote. Here's Frank.
Mary Jane, you are driving me insane. Tell me that you love me, but you're lying. Mary Jane, I still love you just the same. You're gonna break my heart and leave me crying. Mary Jane, znowu kręcić cały dzień. Ty mówisz, że mnie kochać, lecz to bajka. Mary Jane, dalej kocham cię co dzień. Złamała serce me, to będę płakał. Mary Jane, you are driving me insane. Tell me that you love me, but you're
that's Frank Liszka on the vocals with the boys. And don't forget, folks, if you did miss any or all of that interview, it is available on our website, ourbroadcastlink.com, for a week, but then it's available forever and a day on YouTube. Just search Polkas After Dark and then scroll down to the Frank Liszka interview, and it will be right there for you guys. And we got one more tune that we're going to play by the Brass Connection here before we get some more folks and their requests on Polkas After Dark. Here's one called We're Happy Together. Oh yeah, hey, that's a tune by Frank Liszka, TBC, going way, way back. And one called We're Happy Together Polka. We do want to thank Frank once again from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you so much for allowing us to take up some time this afternoon. But what a great interview. Even Les Kapuscinski had sent a couple of things in and said, wow, what a fantastic interview. Also, we're going to say hello to Mr. Ken and Carol Michalski. They're celebrating 51 years. Congratulations, you guys. And he said, nice interview as well. Ricky Cruz said, great interview. Mary Lou Cerniak, just with one word, wow. But we thank you guys for tuning us in here on Polkas After Dark. You guys are always awesome and always welcome here. We're going to say hi to Jeanette Tonsky. She is with us this afternoon. Kevin Panner, listening in from North Carolina. Thank you for joining us today. Also, it says, hello, the Bills won, and it's great to be here. And that is coming in from April Lynn. April, we love you. Thank you so much. Looks like Christine Holchek is checking in with us. Christine and Amanda from down around the Elmira, New York area. We want to say hello to you guys. She says it was awesome. Christine said it was awesome to hear Frank's story. You know, Frank shared with us a lot that I didn't know about, and I know Jerry didn't know about. But what a great guy he is. Jan Dressler, we're going to say hello to you. Also, Mark Swoger, Musical Mark, Mr. Greg Russo from Albany, Cohoes area. And let's see here.
Did you say hi to Loretta?
Loretta, no, I did not. Hello, Loretta Curtis Mackel. We are going to say hi to you, also to Carol Carol Sheminsky. Thanks for stopping in here. It looks like Mr. Mike Birdsey is also here. He says, hi, everyone. How the Bills? Well, the Bills are doing pretty gosh darn good from what it looks like here. We're going to say once again hello to Mr. Ivan Mayers. Also to Bobby Rozutek. It looks like John Subcheck, and Marge from the Villages in Florida. They also have joined us here, so thank you. They love the show. Well, we love that you guys are here with us on Saturdays and Sundays here at Polkas After Dark. Hey, Jerry, why don't you go ahead and run down for us, everybody in the chat room over there at our broadcast link?
We have Alice Fischler, Barb Bialy, Chris Curtis, Dave Lasowski, Donna Zelinsky with Teresa and Sarah.
It's easy for you to say.
Ed Ryeski. Yeah, the blah blah was really easy.
Yeah.
Jerry Romanowski still with us. Kathy Graves, Les and Alice Kapuczynski, Marcia Moscato, Marlene and Tim.
Marlene and Tim Rohal from Canada.
And Polka Bev and Mom.
And
then I'm not sure you said hey to Greg Russo. I see
did.
he's over at Facebook.
Yeah, I said hello to everybody, I believe, over in the Facebook chat room. And once again, we just want to remind you guys that we are simulcasting on Facebook Live, our YouTube channel, which is Polkas After Dark, and of course, www.ourbroadcastlink.com. And let's bring up, since we have Ricky Crew on here, we're going to say hello to him and also to Susie, his lovely missus. Here's a song called She Tells Me Lies Polka. Here's the latest band, 7.
Got a girl back home, her name is Josie. She tells me that I am her very own. But every time I leave to play my polkas, it's funny that she's never ever home. She tells me lies and swears she really loves me, but she should know that lies you shouldn't tell. Now she'll probably never get to heaven, for heaven knows she's too good to go to hell. When I left to play a job in Pittsburgh, she said, I'll miss you, do you have to go? But when I called to see how she was doing, her dad said she was out with my friend Joe. She tells me lies and swears she really loves me, but she should know that lies you shouldn't tell. Now she'll probably never get to heaven, for heaven knows she's too good to go to hell.
Hey, here's Jimmy K off of that 50 years celebrating. Here's one called Step Aside Polka.
Angry words were spoken, and I left my baby in a cloud of gloom. Got into my car and drove around until I spotted this saloon. Came inside and bought a drink. I saw you and felt a burning glow. Got the urge to hold you tight, but if I try, refuse me, tell me no. Step aside if I try to get near you. Lock your heart if I start making time. Walk away if I say that I need you. Step aside if I step out of line. Are my feelings for my baby and the things she said so cruel. Half of me says cheat on her, but part of me says stop, don't be a fool. Don't let me get close to you, 'cause if I do I won't be very strong. Save me from my conscience and keep me from being sorry later on. Step aside if I try to get near you. Lock your heart if I start making time. Walk away if I say that I need you. Step aside if I step out of line.
A one called Step Aside. That's off of the brand new release, Jimmy K. And we thank him very much for getting that into our hot little hands. Jerry, do you want to make mention of the USPA Mini Fest? If so, now's your chance.
Here it goes. So, USPA 2021 Mini Polka Fest, November 5th and 6th. I was just checking out online to make sure that I still had the bands correct, which I do. Okay, so Friday, November 5th, 2021, we have music by Energy and Dinah versus Dictonairs.
Dinah versus Dictonairs, 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 Dinah versus Dictonairs. That's our favorite band. Hey!
Music starts at 7 p.m.
You
to 1
notice
a.m.
I changed the last line.
I know, that's why I
every time
started
sing
laughing. But you do that when we're not on air, too.
Yes.
I want them to know that because every time I say the band, they're like, da-da-da-da-da. Okay.
Yep. Or
so,
anytime it's announced like on the Jammer or 247.
Yes.
Oh,
Try living with this, guys.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Polish Newcastle Radio. We're covering all the bases today.
Sure we are. So music starts from 7 to 1 a.m. on that Friday, November 5th. On Saturday, November 6th, will be Lenny Gomulka and Chicago Push, Polka Family, and Polka Country musicians. Talk about a lineup. The music starts at 4 p.m. till 1 a.m.
I was in a lineup once.
We're
not going to talk about that. Go ahead.
Hotel reservations can be made by calling the Holiday Inn in Independence, 216-524-8050. Again, that number is 216-524-8050. You can also get more information by calling Barb Haslow, the president, at 440-886-6157. Again, her number is 440-886-6157. Or you can go to uspapolka.com, click on the Mini Fest link, and check out the information there.
Yeah, that sounds good. Sounds real good. We got anything else coming up? I know that Lenny is going to be here in Buffalo over at the Potts Banquet Hall at 41 South Rossler. That is on November the 7th. because he's picking up a job over there, heading through
December
back home.
4th is going to be Crusade over there.
Oh, also at Potts?
Potts. Mm-hmm.
Well, we got to head on over there and say hello to Edu and also Anju, Andy Kaczmarski. He's going to be out there banging on the drums.
There's like a Halfway to Dingus Day coming up.
Oh, yeah, that's with Focus, I think.
I think it's...
Oh, Focus and the band that we have up here pretty soon, Special Delivery.
Okay.
So there's 2 bands.
And let's see, what else?
Well, on October the 20th, there is
the Polka
a
Booster
Polka
meeting?
Booster meeting.
With Focus.
With Focus, so they want to make sure that they attend that.
I think it's funny. One guy that I work with comes up to me. He's like, "Hey, did you hear about the new band?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Are you going to see them?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I just think it's funny because he gets so excited when he hears something.
Well, good.
So he has something to talk to me about, and I think it's pretty funny.
That's nice. Hey, here's something that will tickle your innards. Here's At the Well, Obetic, Mr. Chet Kawakowski.
Siedziała na studzience, spoglądała do niej. Siedziała na studzience, spoglądała do niej. Jaka ona głęboka i jaka szeroka, skoczyłambym do niej. Hej, hej, skoczyłambym do niej. Dudni woda, dudni, cembrowanie studni. Dudni woda, dudni, cembrowanie studni. Zakochać się łatwiej, zakochać się łatwiej, ożenić się trudniej. Hej, hej, ożenić się trudniej. Kasiu moja, Kasiu, tyś moja dziewczyna. Kasiu moja, Kasiu, tyś moja dziewczyna. Jak ci się zostanie, jak ci się zostanie, to moja przyczyna. Hej, hej, to moja przyczyna. Świeci miesiąc, świeci słoneczko na niebie. Świeci miesiąc, świeci słoneczko na niebie. Pewnie ja nie wrócę, pewnie ja nie wrócę, dziewczyno, do ciebie. Hej, hej, dziewczyno, do ciebie.
Mr. Chet Kawakowski on the vocal, doing one up for you called At the Well. Siedziała studzience, I believe is how it's pronounced. But then again, don't quote me because I murder a lot of my my Polish stuff. Hey, you know what? We're going to play a song right now. Andy Ratajczyk is here again today too,
yes,
isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Hey, you know, we need to hear from Jerry Romanowski to find out some of the tunes that he likes to hear. So, Jerry, please feel free to type something in. Jerry will get something up on the turntable, and we'll be able to play something kind of just like this. Andy said, you know, I really miss this song. If you can't find a reason, polka, and here is TBC.
If you can't find a reason to be happy, then boys and girls, I'll tell you what to do. Just think of all the people, places, and the things you love, and let the happy feeling come to you? Well, it's Monday morning and it's time to roll out of bed. It's time to go to work, but you sleep in instead. You stumble to the kitchen for a quick cup of joe, but Mr. Coffee doesn't want to go. If you can't find a reason to be happy, then boys and girls, I'll tell you what to do. Just think of all the people, places, and the things you love, and let that happy feeling come to you. If you can't find a reason to be happy, then boys and girls, I'll tell you what to do. Just think of all the people, places, and the things you love, and let that happy feeling come to you. It's time to take a shower and you're feeling somewhat old. You go to turn the water on, but all you get is cold. Racing to the car only to find your tire is flat. Can any day be any worse than that? If you can't find a reason to be happy, then boys and girls, I'll tell you what to do. Just think of all the people, places, and the things you love, and let that happy feeling come to you.
By special request for Mr. Andy Ratajczak. It's one called If You Can't Find a Reason, TBC. Hey, Jeanette Tonsky asked, she said, are you guys doing a show at USPA? Unfortunately, we are not. It's going to be one of those where we get in and we get out, and then we head on out to back to Buffalo so that we can get a chance and eyeball Lenny Gomolka over at the Potts Banquet Hall. And let's see, we're just going through here a couple more. Hey, Carolyn Michalski, happy anniversary to you and Mr. Ken. And we have a song up. Let me see, where the heck is it at? Oh, here it is. You guys are probably drinking and celebrating all weekend, so we thought this would be kind of appropriate. Here's a Monday morning polka. Here's The Touch. Hey, off of the recording, Back in Touch. Here's Mr. Ken Michalski on the vocal.
Poniedziałek rano, kosił ojciec siano, kosił ojciec, kosi ja, kosieliśmy obydwa. Kosi ojciec, kosi ja, kosieliśmy obydwa. A we wtorek rano, grabił ojciec siano, grabił ojciec, grabi ja, grabiliśmy obydwa. Grabił ojciec, grabi ja, grabiliśmy obydwa. Rano, siedał ojciec siano, siedał ojciec, siedał ja, siedaliśmy obydwa. Siedał ojciec, siedał ja, siedaliśmy obydwa. A w sobotę rano, siepił ojciec siano, siepił ojciec, siepił ja, siepiliśmy obydwa. Siepił ojciec, siepił ja, siepiliśmy obydwa.
Ken Michalski on the vocal, the Buffalo Touch, as they are celebrating their 51st anniversary. No, not the Buffalo Touch. Kenny and Carol are celebrating 51. Jeez. I made that mistake yesterday, though. I told everybody, hey, the Buffalo Touch is celebrating 51 years.
They are celebrating an anniversary.
Well, the 25th anniversary is this year.
I was trying to figure that out after
25th.
You said that. I'm going 51 years for the Buffalo Touch.
They started when they were 6.
Yeah.
All the guys started when they were 6.
Well, if they've been married 51 years, I don't think Kenny was 6 when he got married.
I'll bet you Carol was. I just bet you. I mean, look at how pretty she is. I bet you she was 6 when
she
they
looks
got
very
married.
young.
Yes.
You are right.
Yes, she do. Hey, speaking of somebody looking young, hey, Jerry Romanowski, we aim to please here, buddy, on Polkas After Dark. Here's one for you, one called Valentina. We're going to also send this one out to the entire Szymanski family who is tuned in today. They're incognito. They're listening. And we want to say good luck to Michelle. I know she's been having a couple of issues here and there. But Michelle, you are going to be up and running with no errors very, very soon. Here's John Gorra and Gorrale.
Twardowski z góry woła poprzez chmury brawo, balu bis. I zaśpiewał wali z księżycowej dali Walentyna tłysz. Walentyna, o Walentyna, już gwiazd kraina ją dobrze zna. Były kwiaty dla Gagarina, Walentyna tłyska ma. Walentyna, o Walentyna, to pierwsza w świecie podniebna myśl. Jej imieniem więc się zaczyna najnowszy Walentyna płyn. Księżyc stary znajdzie 2 gitary, przyślę tobie list, żebyś przyleciała, żebyś zaśpiewała Walentyna tłysz. Walentyna, o Walentyna, już gwiazd kraina ją dobrze zna. Były kwiaty dla Gagarina, Walentyna tłyska ma. Walentyna, o Walentyna, to pierwsza w świecie podniebna myśl. Jej imieniem tym się zaczyna najnowszy Walentyna płyn. Oh yeah! Walentyna, o Walentyna, już gwiazd kraina ją dobrze zna. Były kwiaty dla Gagarina, a Walentyna tłyska ma. Walentyna, o Walentyna, to pierwsza w świecie podniebna myśl. Jej imieniem więc się zaczyna najnowszy Walentyna twist. Oh, yeah!
Hey, that's JG from up north there in Canada. John Gorra and Gorrale, one called the Valentina Polka. And we're going to send a song out for Mr. Chris Curtis, also Loretta and Tina. We've got the trifecta here, the Curtis trifecta in the house once again. We love when we get everybody in there. So we're going to say hi to you guys, and thanks so much for all your support over this past year with this gosh darn pandemic. You know, Jerry and I still enjoy doing these broadcasts, and we love it when you guys are here with us. So thank you so very, very much. Let's see, who do we have up here? Hey, how about for Donna and Sarah and Teresa? Here's one by Freddie Belinsky and the Brass Works. Here's one called That's the Story, Polka.
Podsąd teraz, kochają mnie chłopcy tylko na jeden raz. Kochają mnie chłopcy tylko na jeden raz. A jak ich szei, tam nie da kałamusić. Którzy mnie kochają, wyślę ich porzucić. Którzy mnie kochają, wyślę ich porzucić. Taka jest tak dola mam, la 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 la, wow! Kaczka męża, kochajcie mnie chłopcy, bo ja nie mam męża. Kochajcie mnie chłopcy, bo ja nie mam męża. Tobie świeć i mieszczą, a mnie świecą gwiazdy. Ciebie kochaj jeden, a mnie kocha każdy. Ciebie kochaj jeden, a mnie kocha każdy. Taka jest tak dola mam, la 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 la, wow! A moja dziewczyna gadają o tobie. A moja dziewczyna gadają o tobie. Niechaj tam gadają i bardzo zazdroszczą. Kochają mnie chłopcy, tego mi zazdroszczą. Kochają mnie chłopcy, tego mi zazdroszczą. Taka jest tak dola mam, la 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 la, hop! Jest tak to la mam, la 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 la.
Okay, well, Teresa, or not Teresa, Donna had just typed in, she says, I don't remember ever hearing this song. Well, yeah, your uncle or your cousin recorded that, Mr. Bolinsky, and I am going to scroll through here because I want to let everybody know who is going to be on the upcoming episodes of Polkas After Dark on our broadcast link. They are going to be, let's see, next week we're going to be talking live on Sunday afternoon with Mike Matuzak from The Boys. So today we had Frank Liszka with The Brass Connection and The Boys. Next week we're going to be talking live with Mike Matuzak from the Charm City Sound Band, as well as The Boys. And let's see, who else do we have here coming up? After Mike is going to be Nick Nido on October the 17th. October 24th is Freddie Konjerski from the Freddie K Band. On October the 31st, Gary Ramey from Youngstown, Ohio. And you heard a lot of great things said about Gary by Mr. Frankie Liszka, and also in the past with Dave Zachowski and everybody that has recorded down there in Youngstown, Ohio. And the entire Curtis family knows all about Gary Ramey, so I'm sure they're going to be huddled around listening to some stories about that, and they could tell some stories as well. Don Rosinski is going to be with us November 14th, Joey Maddie November 21st. On November the 28th, we are hoping that he is out and about, and that is John Formaniak, from the Marion Lush Band, also the Average Polka Band, Stash Belanda. One more time, and most recent, he played with the New Phase, and we want you to keep John in your prayers. He is still in the hospital, but should be returning very, very soon. On December the 4th, Freddie Belinsky with the Brass Works. That's the guy that you just heard singing. Walter Ostenik on December the 12th, and then December the 19th, we are privileged to talk with Stacey Morris. Hey, we had a request for a Marion Lush tune. How about if we get a couple of tunes in a medley for you, Mr. Rick Kortikowski?
I nad moją kołyską matka się selała. Matka się selała i po polsku patrzysz mówić, że nauczała. I po polsku patrzysz mówić, że nauczała. I płynie Wisła, płynie po polskiej krainie, po polskiej krainie. A dopóki płynie, Polska nie zaginie. A dopóki płynie, Polska nie zaginie.
Hey, say hello to Ricky and Jen Pianowski.
Chicagowskie panienki tysięcy szukają. Chicagowskie panienki tysięcy szukają. Oj, szukają, szukają, same ich nie mają. Oj, szukają, szukają, same ich nie mają. Tylko jedną sukienkę, co na sobie noszą. Tylko jedną sukienkę, co na sobie noszą.
Hey, as we slowly bring this Sunday afternoon to an end, what a great way to do that with some tunes by the late, great Marion Lush. And we also want to say hello to Gail Vojtovich. She snuck in. She says, I've been listening all along. Great interview with Frank. She has been, I guess, probably doing some busy stuff there at the house, like Gail always does. You know, she always has to be busy. She can't just sit down for 5 seconds. Hey, Gail, so thanks so much for all that you do for Polkas After Dark. We're going to send a song out to you by Mr. Mike Costa in the Beat. Here's one called It Only Hurts Me When I Cry.
sunshine or the rain. And I don't feel no hurt at all, unless you count when teardrops fall. I tell the truth except when I lie. It only hurts me when I cry. You couldn't tell it by the smile, but my recovery took a while. I worked for days and nights on end, just to walk and talk again. You can't believe the time it takes to heal a heartache once it breaks. The only time I feel the pain is in the sunshine or the rain. And I don't feel no hurt at all, unless you count when teardrops fall. I tell the truth except when I lie. It only hurts me when I cry. Oh, maybe every now and then I have a small heartache again. You wouldn't know to look at me. There's tiny scars that you can't see. It was a struggle to survive. I'm probably lucky I'm alive. The only time I feel the pain is in the sunshine or the rain. And I don't feel no hurt at all, unless you count when teardrops fall. I tell the truth except when I lie. It only hurts me when I cry. Sunshine or the rain. And I don't feel no hurt at all, unless you count when teardrops fall. I tell the truth except when I lie. It only hurts me when I cry.
Here's a tune that the Curtises will remember. Here's the G notes. Here's one called I've Got My Girls. Listen up, ladies.
It's just a sheer delight to see my girls. They come and hold me tight. They're only 6 and 2, and both have It's just a sheer delight to see my girls. They're coming hold me tight. They're only 6 and 2, and both have eyes of blue and golden curls. I've got my girls. They never get a thrill from watching sports, but still they have their way to come and make my day. Show off a pretty dress, come in a mud pie mess. My little girls, I've got my girls.
Okay, girls, you ready?
Thank you, Daddy.
Yeah. Guess who that was?
I know who that was.
That was the Curtises. Yep. AKA the Curtises. Yes. Or you could say the Curtises. One of the two. Or one of the three. Hey guys, we are soon going to be calling it quits for the evening. Jerry and I want to thank you so much for tuning us in once again this Sunday afternoon. We sure had a blast entertaining you. We hope that you guys had a blast with us. You know, we can't believe that we've been doing this for so long, and you guys are still gluttons for punishment. You show up on the weekends when you can, and you know that we do appreciate that. About a little bit of the project with two tunes mixed into one. Here's your Mazza and Hold Me Tight. And we're going to close it out right now with a little bit of box on. How about some honky-style polkas for Gail Wojtowicz? Thanks, everybody, for tuning us in. If you've been listening in your car, hey, thanks for the ride. We love you guys.
Stay safe.
Let's all join John and Sue. Let's all watch them dance and sing. Let's all watch them do their thing. They're playing on